Hi, my name is Reuben Kimani, CEO, Username Investment Limited. Welcome to this episode of Real Estate in Kenya with Reuben Kimani. We have covered very interesting topics before, and in this episode, which is part 2, we are covering on step by step on how to invest in diaspora. You have been watching TV, especially from Kenya. You have seen in Diaspora website an advert about land being sold in Kenya, some houses being sold in Kenya. And you're wondering, what do I do next? Allow me to cover several steps on what you can be able to do. One of the most important things to do when you are buying property, especially in our country, is due diligence. And due diligence takes different forms. There's the one that you do as a person, and there's the one that you engage a lawyer. So I would say engage professionals from the beginning, starting with a lawyer to help you through the process. But as you engage a lawyer, you need first to do Google searches. We have internet this time, in this era, which is very useful. You can Google the company, find about the company offices. Where are they located? Is it physical? Is it maybe virtual? You have briefcase companies. Establish that those details are true. You also need to look and understand the project details. How much is the project going for? How much is the cash offers? There are many offers in this market. How much is the installment offers? You can also be able to find out where is the project located. You can ask for a Google pin from the company. You can also seek the assistance of a friend or even your lawyer to establish that the company offices exist. We have had situations in this country where companies are closed down. Some of them were briefcase. They did not have an actual office, but they were lying about it. So the other thing, you do get a lawyer, as we said in step 1, to help you manage the process from the beginning to the end. The third thing you must do, get a relationship manager for the company that you are dealing with. If you are dealing with one seller, is okay. You can be able to ask questions from one seller. But if you are buying from an organization established here in the country, get a specialized person to be able to ask all the necessary questions that you need. And I would say you prepare a list of questions to be able to clarify things about the property you are buying. The fourth thing that you can do is a land search. This will be done by your lawyer. If you don't have a lawyer, you can seek the services of a trusted person. I say trusted because many people have been conned, even by the people they are related to be able to undertake a search at the land's office. The next thing that you can do, you need to either personally do the site visit, but because you are out there, you may not be able to come all the way just to come and see the land. It's quite expensive. You can get someone in the country, someone you trust, to come and see the land for you. Maybe a relative, just to be able to tell you that the land exists. There are many people, many companies, because of the returns in this industry, because of the opportunity, the demand. There are so many people who have come out, some of them even companies coming out to sell air, something that does not exist. So you need to know that the land exists. We have companies like Username that will give you free site visits. You'll come for the open day for free. Take those opportunities and send someone for it. The next thing that you must do after you do the site visit, seek information from the person you send. Let them send you photos. You have WhatsApp, you have social media, photos about the land. Let them send you a pin, an actual pin about the location. Let them give you the real details about the particular location where the land is being sold, where the house is being sold, so that you can be able to use all that information and make the decision by yourself. Remember, in the last episode, we talked about making your own decision. Don't allow your relative, your lawyer, or someone you send to make the decision for you. Use the information they give you to know whether you need to invest in that land or not. The other thing you must do is you get company payment information. We said, especially when you are doing the payment, deal with the company directly, the company that is selling land to you, or the seller directly. Don't pay money to brokers, don't pay money to agents or people in between or your relatives. Pay directly to the company to avoid collusion. The other thing is about the documentation. After you have paid, you have made payments, maybe you bought via installment for some customer, or maybe you just did a cash payment, which is you pay at once. You have paid everything. The next thing that you need to closely follow up with the help of your lawyer is the documentation part. Basically, you need to fill several documents. The first thing is the letter of offer. There are companies that don't have that. But if you come to companies like Username Investment, you'll find a letter of offer just to show that you have interest in the property, so that the property is not booked by taken by someone else. Maybe you have just booked. The next thing that you have to sign is the agreement. This one will be prepared by the company that is selling land to you, or maybe your lawyer, depending on the agreement that is there. The next thing that you fill is the transfer documents. These are used by the land office to change ownership from the seller to the buyer, basically from the company that is selling to you to your name. And you also need to fill consent documents for the lands board. These documents, because they have to be physically signed, we can use the services of a secure courier that can help you ship the documents. Basically, some of them will take 24 hours. Ensure you sign them yourself, read all the details that are required, confirm the payment information that is given in the agreement is the same as the one given by the company website or by the relationship manager you are dealing with at the company, so that you pay exactly what the company requires you to. So you can use those services. Maybe in 1 week's time, you should, after full payment, you should have signed all the documents. Then they are brought back to the country. Then you give the company that is selling you the land an opportunity to process the document. You also need to confirm from the company, and maybe from the website, from the testimonials that have been given, especially in social media, how long the company takes to give titles. Basically, most companies will overpromise. They'll tell you the title can come out in 2 weeks, 2 days. It is not possible based on our land process. Some companies like Username will give you 3 to 6 months after you make full payment. After you have that information, you can use it to follow up closely. Keep calling your relationship manager, asking them about where the process is. Basically, after 3 to 6 months, for most companies like Username, you'll be able to get your title deed. You can also seek the assistance of your lawyer to understand for different type of titles how long it will take. Especially if you are buying a house, some processes take much longer. It might not take 6 months. Ask your lawyer the type of property you are buying, how long it will take, so that you are reasonable enough, so that it doesn't take you long. You can also ask another a trusted professional. If you are hiring a lawyer and maybe you feel they are not giving you the true position, always get another opinion, so that your title does not take so long. Any title that takes more than 2 years, I would say that is more, the time is too long. The other thing that you have to do after you have signed the documents is to wait for that time, follow up. After the title is out, the title can be sent to you via secure courier, but I also understand there are times you come back to the country and you can use that opportunity to come and pick the title yourself, so that you can verify everything. After you have picked the title, let your lawyer do the search once again. Once the title is produced, it's very important to check the authenticity of that document by doing another search to ensure that the right documentation has been done in the lands office. This is about green cards and all the other things, the mutation and everything else is set, so that the property is yours. Apart from that, I would also advise, based on experience, once you buy a property, a plot, a piece of land, it is very important to fence it. Seek the services of a contractor. You find companies like Username that has volunteered to facilitate that process for you. Get the services of a contractor, fence the shamba. What happens when you fence? The value increases a bit. Number two, you are able to ensure that you demarcate your shamba, your plot, in a way that no one else can lay claim to it. It is very important to do that. And once you do that, you can be sure your property is safe and it is appreciating in the long run. I would like to finish this episode by saying one very important thing. As you look for information, especially in diaspora, it is very important to check the kind of property you are buying, even as you follow the due diligence process with your lawyer, to ensure that you are buying properties that can appreciate in value. Not all properties in Kenya, even with returns of 25%, not all properties can appreciate and give you a return of 25%. It matters where the property is. It is very important for you to do your own research, be able to find out whether you are buying a property that can appreciate or a property that is very far from urban development, urbanization, infrastructure, and so forth, and be able to make the right decision. I believe this episode has been of help to you. Keep tuned in. Please subscribe to this channel for you to be able to receive more of this content. Thank you so much and enjoy your stay in diaspora.